Huge Movie Fanatic Nate coming back yet again with another solo review of a winter-related movie that takes place in the winter. This is a review for a very, like a B-movie kind of a movie that came out like in the mid to late what I call zeros, the first decade of the 21st century, which is like 2001 to 2010. And so I was working at a movie gallery at the time this movie came out, and you know, we get all these back in the good old days when you get all kinds of movies. And this movie, I don't know if First Look's doing anything anymore because obviously video stores are closed and I don't see, you can't see movies on shelves anymore. So I don't know if the outfit, like the distributor or the studio or whatever the hell First Look was, if they're still in business or not. But back in the day when I was working at movie gallery, in the mid to late zeros, you know, 2004 to 2007. There's a lot of First Look movies. And I don't think this is so much a First Look movie as just maybe picked up by them or whatever, distributed by them, whatever. But it was mostly crap. There's a lot of like shark movies, and there's a lot of really, really crappy movies where they have some bad, you know, the direct-to-video like movies and just bad CG and all this. And I own a few of them, like maybe 3 or 4 of these like First Look kind of movies. And I think Mosquito is a First Look distributed movie, and and all these kinds of things. Black Cadillac, and we got a lot of copies of this movie. I want to say 30 copies of Black Cadillac. And you know, it's like people are like, what the hell is this Black Cadillac? You know, but I gotta say, I mean, I rented this for free because I worked at a video store, and I don't know why I rented it. I to be honest, but I mean, I guess I rented some of these First Look movies. That's why I was just curious. And this movie takes place actually, which is kind of cool, in the winter. And it was like starts off in Wisconsin, and they're driving back to Minnesota and stuff. I think this movie was shot. I don't know where it was shot. I should have probably, you know, in a perfect world, I would have re-listened to the commentary and all this and that, which I did hear back in the day after the movie first came out. But I don't know where it was shot, but I know that, you know, they basically faked the winter. And I have to say that the movie, you know, normally when they fake the winter, I just hate it. But this movie, with all the like the fakery and everything, just squeaks by. Being actually coming from a Minnesotan, actually knowing what winter actually looks like, I don't know what it is. I think the majority of it is the biggest thing about it is the majority of the movie takes place in the car. So that's how you can squeak by with this like simulated fake winter. But I think there are brief instances where they actually have snow, like if they have to hold it, they actually have real snow versus just fake snow. So the fake winter barely squeaks by, but it actually gets a pass for me in Black Cadillac. I rewatched this within the last, you know, 4, 5, 6 weeks because obviously I knew I was going to do these winter-related solo reviews. And I've always liked this movie, and when I rewatched it, I was like, God damn, I like this movie. And I wrote stars on the list of you know, I try to think of as many like winter-related movies as I could, and all this and that, and what I'm interested in talking about. And after I watched it, I think I wrote 3 stars or 3.5 on the list. But I've since ripped. I wake up and go to bed like to movie audio, and I've since ripped the MP3 of this audio for the last several weeks, and wake up and go to bed with the audio of this movie. And I'm going to go 4 stars on Black Cadillac because it is like just like the normal 90 minutes. But there are so many things I love about this movie. Basically, it reminds you of it's such a unbelievable, competent. I don't know what it is for me, and I understand that, you know, if you watch it, you'd be like, "What the hell are you talking about? This thing," you know. I understand that my preference is obviously my preference, but there's something about this movie that so wonderfully captures like friends. And this thing is like, the movie is like this group of 3 kids. One of them are brothers. You got a brother, this guy, this Yale asshole is, you know, never defeated, whatever the hell he is, and his little brother is like 17 or whatever, and then the Yale guy's friend first of all, the three actors are fucking great in this movie. And then you have, of course, the elephant in the room, which is something Matt always says, and I don't think I've ever said on these reviews, but now I have. Hooray. Which is which the movie is, the first billing, I think, is, what's his name? Shit.
Yeah, so you guys from Minnesota? Plates.
Randy Quaid. And I think these kids, who are basically no-name nobodies, are better, all three of them are better than Randy Quaid in this movie. This movie is basically, I love the dialogue. It's so realistic and funny.
Okay, guys, I gotta take a leak.
Are you kidding?
Dude, I never kid about such matters.
Why didn't you go back at the bar?
Because I was too busy trying not to get killed.
Well, just hold it for a while. I want to put some miles between us and that bar, so just hold it.
Dude, I have been holding it for a while. Silently. Uncomplainingly.
Mute, like a martyr?
Dude, if you guys don't pull over right now, I'll pee right here. And let that be on your conscience. And your upholstery.
I love the scenario. This movie is so competently written, and I only wish, if this movie had actually been shot in Wisconsin, like during a real winter, it would be, you almost want to retake the original script. Of course, the actor, you'd want the same actors, they'd all be too old. If you could remake this, with the exact same script, with a bigger budget, actually in Wisconsin in the winter, this would be phenomenal. But even as it is, it's phenomenal. And I'm not going to go into the scenario of Black Cadillac. You can actually see it for free here on YouTube. I would highly recommend it if you have, like 90 minutes to spare. Start it, see what you think. If you don't like it, turn it off. That's fine. That's your opinion. That's absolutely fine. But I love, this movie is so competently written. The dialogue is so great, and the character, the things that go on with the character, and this one guy's got this scar on his face, and hearing the different stories. Obviously, he's asked about the scar. I don't know if you've noticed my left arm, but I've been asked. I can relate to this character because this character has this scar that he's had since he was a kid, and he's obviously been asked by people about this scar, and I don't think he likes it, because I've been asked my whole life about my arm, right? And I don't like it, because it's kind of like, not only isn't it any of your fucking business, but it doesn't fucking matter even if it was your business, and even if it was your business and it did matter, I don't want to fucking talk about it, because it doesn't interest me. It's not important. So what I'm getting at is I can relate to this character who's got the scar on his face, and you hear him, I think, in the movie tell two different fake stories, and then
Okay. So, I had this dog, Rennie. When my parents had a baby, old Rennie got a little jealous, ripped into me, teeth and claws. The whole antiseptic hospital drama. And I knew my old man was gonna kill him, so I set Rennie free.
That's just about the kindest thing I have ever heard.
I'm watching him run, and I look up and see in the window the reflection of my face. So I figure, why should this goddamn dog get to run free? Well, I gotta walk around looking like this. Like fucking Quasimodo. So, I shot him. In the eye. Payback. That's the story of CJ and the dog. What?
And then they're starting a third fake story, and of course at the end, which is a really cool character, like an arc throughout the whole movie, you get the actual true story, and it's just such a well-written movie, I think, and one of the best. This is probably one of the best, like, straight-to-video movies that I've ever seen, if not the best straight-to-video movie I've ever seen. Obviously, I'm giving it 4 stars. I think it's immaculately written. You feel like it brings you right back to being in high school or being in your late teens or early 20s. You feel like you're in the car with these guys, and these guys interact in a way that exactly how I interacted with people that I knew when I was that age. And I guess that might be the biggest thing about this movie, is it's so perfectly, and it's not easy, it so perfectly captures that late teens, early 20s aspect of just youth, and you know, you got your whole life ahead of you shit and all that, and the atmosphericness of taking the majority of it taking place in this sob, in this car, at night while they're driving back from the roadhouse to, you know, the land of the fake IDs. It's just such an atmospheric movie in that aspect for me, and just the whole thing taking place on the road. And to be honest, the Black Cadillac aspect, which I haven't even mentioned yet, is the least interesting aspect for me, where maybe a lot of the viewers would be more interested in just that aspect in the movie, which to me, I'm not going to spoil at the end, because it's not a big deal, but it's kind of cool how it works out. Incredibly competent B-movie, and probably one of the most competently written B-movies I've ever seen. And you know, normally the first look stuff like Mosquito and all this kind of stuff just is like 1.5 to maybe normally on average 1.5 star kind of movies. But somehow this thing squeaked by the system and is actually something that is extraordinarily competent, extraordinarily fun, and there's some great bloopers of Randy Quaid screwing up. I wish there were more, but there's some funny bloopers of Randy Quaid screwing up. He's probably drunk when he's making this movie. I don't know. He looks like it.
What are you eating? What is that, Pez? That's Pez. Let me do that again. It's bullshit. Come on. You got a little smudge there on your clean letter. Oh, fuck. Come on. You know? Oh.
And closer. And now you swerve. You swerve to the right. And swerve. Oh, sorry. Swerve to the left. And swerve.
Damn.
And cut. It's on the other side. It's sitting on the right side. Crap. Big jolt. And crap.
We're gonna, which way are we moving?
That fucking hurt.
Huh? We gotta go to the left, right?
Hammer right. And crap.
We'll do it again. Do it at the same time.
1, 2, 3.
Wait, no, let the director say 1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3. Crap.
They want to drag. You gonna give them what they want?
With you in the car, I think I'd like to keep my license.
If it was me, I'd give them what they want. Wait. Oh, what's the line?
I'd kick their asses.
I'd kick their ass.
So 4 stars for Black Cadillac. I absolutely love this movie, and I listen to it when I wake up for work. Like, I wake up to like that's how I get up for work. I wake up to the roar of the Black Cadillac and the sexless someone, and I just love that guy, that Scarface guy. All his goofy little. It reminds me of someone that I knew when I was in high school, and it's that kind of nostalgia, and that's the main reason I love this movie. It's so perfect. I can't emphasize enough how perfectly written this, like, maybe not perfectly, but brilliantly written this movie is, as far as like the dialogue and the interaction between these 3 characters is what is absolutely phenomenal about Black Cadillac. And you do get a very cool like mystery thing throughout it, and then a whodunit and a surprise ending and a cool character arc, and phenomenal. I gotta end Black Cadillac review now, but it's on YouTube. You know, 90 minutes of your life, check it out, free, what the hell. And then report back with what you thought about it here in the comments. Thanks a lot for watching. So what do you like about Movie Gallery? Huh? What do you like?
I like the fact they get to work with names. That's super.